Hello，大家好，我是妙丽，欢迎来到我频道。今天呢，我要延续上一集的内容，跟大家介绍我是如何从英文学家逆袭成全校第一名，最后成立自己的个人英文家教品牌。上礼拜那一期推出之后，我有收到很多观众的反馈，没想到大家反应还不错。对。然后也有很多人希望我可以继续做跟英文相关的主题，你们的愿望我收到了。我如果之后有机会的话，我可以多做一些跟英文学习法相关的影片，对。但我目前比较想做的是，可能是工作效率啊，然后还有身心灵疗愈、健康方面的。对，所以不要担心，我之后有机会我还是会做。好，那我们现在话不多说，好，我们现在话不多说，就来进入我们今天的影片正题。第7点 ，shadowing。我相信有在学英文的朋友应该会知道 shadowing 这个方法。这个 shadowing 其实就是说，像影子一样跟在每一个英文句子的后面，跟它一起念。初期我会觉得，先不用着重于在正确性，因为如果你真的要求一定要正确的话，你的挫折可能会很大。基本上就是听音档，然后复诵，尽量去模仿它的声调跟语调。我可以示范一段来给大家看看。
Behavior, your perception
and reality. Listen to inner cosmos. Be human on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or however you get your podcast. Good morning.
This is Laura.
Welcome to the New Corner Office, the podcast where we share the strategy for thriving a new world. Where location and hours are flexible and then plus.
Today's tip
is about how to set up a comfortable and organized sound office space.
This will help you
work better focus and prevent physical discomfort and manage your limited productivity.
These days,
many of us are settling into newly automated homework spaces,
whether that means a
private office or corner of the contiguous.
Skipping a
daily card is likely a good thing for everyone's physical well-being.
But it can be hard to feel comfortable
right away in your office space.
This is
This
especially
is
true if you just grab whatever space
Paris
seemed most
best
convenient in March.
March.
Perhaps you're working with a laptop setup that forces you to crane your neck down and awkward angle
degree.
Or maybe you've
Or
repurposed
it's
the dining chair for 9 to 5
for 9 to 5 day.
We all have
We all
different
have a
thresholds
different
for comfort.
facial comfort,
And many of us
give
it
it a little
pains.
extra pains.
However,
if we work to set you up for maximum success in your new corner office,
it's a good idea
it's
to
a good idea
optimize
to optimize the organized space as soon as possible.
Back pain is one of the most
It's
common
the
reasons
most
for
common
miswork
reasons
in the
when
US.
work in the US.
And even a little bit of physical discomfort can be distracting when you're trying to do
meaningful work.
With stay-at-home
And
work
stay-home work is currently you may be limited how much you can change your setup. You likely aren't going to ever hire organized consult can do your home.
Or go shopping person for the perfect chair.
对，所以其实你可以听到，我刚才在做 shadowing 的时候，并不是100%的正确，但重要的是去模仿它的声调跟语调，这样做可以同时训练你的听力，同时也可以让你的语调更贴近母语人士一点。除了听 podcast 之外，我记得那时候我还会看 CNN 跟 BBC 还有 TED Talk， 但有时候他们主题可能比较无聊一点，所以后来我就看 Hollywood News， 对，所以导致后来我非常喜欢 Western Music、Western Pop。讲到这一点，我就可以顺带讲到下一点，听英文的音乐或者是看英文的电影。我记得我高中的时候很喜欢听 Taylor Swift 的歌，其实她的歌有很多很进阶的单字，我觉得当我会唱他的一首歌，就好像瞬间学会了很多新单字一样。唱一段来给你们听。I walked through the door with you. It was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow, and I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you still got it in your drawer even now. Oh, your sweet disposition, my wide-eyed gaze, racing in the car, getting lost of stay. Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it. After all these days, I know it's long gone and that magic's not here no more. And I might be okay, but I'm fine at all. Cause there we are again on the little town street. You almost ran the rack cause you were looking over at me. Wind in my hair, I was there. I remember it all too well. 好，咔。对，反正 Taylor Swift 是我的女神，我超爱她。对，然后还有看英文电影，我也是看了海量的英文电影。有人说，当你看了30部英文电影，没有看中文字幕，你就可以出国了。再来下一点，和母语人士交流，我觉得这是一个最 straightforward 的方式。我学生的时期的时候，会常常找外籍老师聊天，那时候甚至会自愿担任他的小老师，对，就是帮忙处理他的课务。但后来我发现还有很多的方式可以跟这些母语人士交流，像是那时候我有用交友软体，我用了一个交友软体，它是 focus 在多个不同国家的人交流，我就有认识一些美国人啊、巴西人啊，还有印度人，跟他们聊天。台北也有蛮多 language exchange 的活动，我上了大学之后会去参加。然后后来我住在 share house 也有很多的外国人，我还蛮常跟他们交流的。好，然后接下来我要讲的下一点是一定要念出来，这点是我觉得在台湾的教育体制上很多学生的通病。就是我觉得很多台湾的学生啊，因为考试制度的关系，大家都很会读跟写，却不太会听跟说。但是我们学这个语言的最大的目的，还是要跟外国人交流，所以我会鼓励大家在念英文的时候，一定要把它念出声音来，有声音才会有记忆。好，然后再来一点，也是我曾经做过，就是用英文写日记。用英文写日记这一点，我觉得还蛮帮助我写作的。我那时候是坚持每天写，即便很简单也没有关系，就是每天写个1句2句啊，例如说I have to wake up early in the morning。And I feel so tired. And the weather is fine, so I have a pretty good mood. 那时候就是从非常非常简单的句子开始，然后我到现在写日记，有时候我还是会用英文写，就看我当时我的心情，用什么样的语言可以最精准、最直接的表现出来。如果我觉得用英文可以比较直接的表达我的情绪的话，我就会用英文；如果我觉得用中文比较好的话，我就会用中文。它已经内化成我的一部分了。最后一点，用英文脑生活，我会把我心里想的，还有听到的每一句话翻译成英文。对，例如说，当我在搭公车的时候，我听到我旁边有人在交谈，然后我就会把他们的对话内容试着翻译成英文，或者是我现在心里此时此刻想的翻译成英文。Like I'm thinking about how to film this video. Like I set up a camera here, and I have a spotlight beside me, and I have my laptop, and I'm trying to pull up everything. 我试着把英文内建在我的生活中，我觉得我也是在逐步抽换我脑袋中的内容。说是分享英文的秘诀，其实我也是苦练来的啦。但我觉得就是因为我对于这个语言有很多的热情跟成就感，才可以让我不断的学习。即便我现在出了社会，我还是不断的在学习中。好啦，我今天的分享就到这边。如果你有任何想听想聊的话，欢迎在下面留言告诉我。如果你觉得我影片对你有帮助的话，也欢迎按赞、留言、分享、订阅、开启小铃铛，这样才不会错过我接下来的内容。我是妙丽，谢谢你收看我的影片，我们下次见，拜拜。